We have Catrian Codex versus Ice Power. Ice Power not playing his Dark Elves, he is playing Tomb Kings instead. We have the OPOP Tomb Kings versus bottom tier Chaos Dwarves. The Chaos Dwarves don't look like they're spamming any single entities. That is a lot of firepower they're bringing, so they don't have any money for single entities. Yeah, Sorcerer Prophet's on foot. Cool. So for the Dwarves, we have 2 Infernal Guard Fireglaves, 2 Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses with a third to the Granite Guard in the back with the Blazing Beards of Bozrok behind them for some blasting charges. Sorcerer Prophet of Fire with Burning Head, and then his Chalice of Blood and Darkness for a little bit of healing, though with his tiny HP pool, he's not going to get that much healing out of it. Backing them up, we have 2 Bull Centaur Renders of Great Weapons, and then the front line of Hobgoblin, not even Hobgoblin actually, just Goblin Laborers and Orc Laborers. On the other side for the Tomb Kings, 2 Skeleton Chariots, the Eyes of the Desert Sporkle Stalker ROR, 2 Ushabti Great Bows, one of which is the Chosen of the Gods Scatter Shot, Ushabti. Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spears, 1 Hekara Warrior in the center, double Tomb Prince, both of them naked on horseback, yeah, horseback, and Cetra the Imperishable on his cat with Protection and Cursed Blades as his spells. Okay. A lot of disruption with these Skeleton Chariots, but the Skeleton Chariots actually aren't armor piercing, they're just anti-infantry. I'm a little concerned they'll get into the back line and just suck and die. The start, they do charge Goblin Laborers, take them out entirely. That is 150 gold off the map forever. Looks like we'll get another 150 gold, so some free damage value because I hate Goblin Laborers. I think they are trash and terrible. I don't think they're even worth 150 gold. Please stop taking them. However, the Skeleton Chariots did take a chunk out from the Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses. Ushabti Great Bows firing in on the Blunderbusses. Tightly clustered formations can take a lot of damage. Orc Laborers are the next target of the Chariots. Now the Chariots moving into the Blunderbusses, they'll hit these guys and you'll notice significantly less damage. And now the Fireglaves are about to get their turn to shoot these guys. The other Skeleton Chariots are dying to Orc Laborers right now. They're getting chased by little fire bullets as they try and retreat, taking big damage. And the Burning Head is largely dodged by Skeleton Warriors. Does it curve into another one? No, it curves between 2 other ones as Ice Power further dodges forward, so... Not a good first Burning Head, unfortunately. The Dwarves are going to want that one back, as the other Chaos Dwarves are still trying to lumber forward. Their ranged units taking a long time to reform, and the Laborers are already up ahead and fighting. It's not quite synchronized, this Chaos Dwarf advance. Cetra is trying to fight the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. Cetra is not really good at killing infantry characters. I know he has bonus versus infantry, but he often just derps around or misses like that. He still hasn't hit the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire yet. Want to watch the Skeleton Warrior die? Oof. Lots of shooting. Down to half HP, gonna fall lower. Will die to the Blazing Beards, but honestly, I hope the Blazing Beards don't waste their blasting charges on an already dead unit. Oh, they're going to. That is overkill in the extreme. Okay. Orc Laborers already starting to rout. Goblin Laborers have long since been routing. And the Bull Centaur Renders are now trying to join the fight, it looks like. But one of them got peeled off by Sporkle Stalkers. Didn't want any of that. Another Burning Head down the line. Not able to dodge this one as it nom its way through a bunch of Skeleton Spears. You hate to see it if you're the Tomb Kings. Bull Centaurs were fighting the double Tomb Princes. It was not going their way, and they're backing off after taking a lot of damage. So far, both the Bull Centaurs are kind of sent packing with not much to show for it. Infernal Guard with their Fireglaves firing uphill into Hekara Warriors, interestingly enough. Not targeting anything big. Probably want to target something else there as the Blunderbusses get knocked around by the Chariots, but side shots from Blunderbusses and Infernal Guard. Send those Chariots packing. No more disruption for you, as they're getting kind of close to dying. Cetra is still just knocking the Sorcerer Prophet around, doing like no damage to him. So this guy's chilling. But I will say the Bull Centaur Render's having a bad time. Those guys have not gotten out what they needed to. Blunderbusses might be firing uphill into a clump of infantry soon as the Blazing Beards of Bozrok move forward, deal with that themselves. The double Tomb Princes go to snipe out the Sorcerer Prophet. And the Sorcerer Prophet is vastly extended. He should not be way out here. He needs to be back there. I kind of appreciate what he's going to do, but like, I get you're trying to disrupt the ranged units, but Cetra's been botting you around, and if he didn't jank, if he got like 1 or 2 good hits on you and didn't knock you over, you'd die. And now 2 Tomb Princes on their horse characters will also get good hits on you. 1 Chariot dies to the Infernal Guard. Infernal Guard trying to kill off the other one as the Granite Guard and Blunderbusses hold for now. Downhill rear charge from the Bull Centaur Renders. This thinks better of it, retreats away from the Skeleton Warriors, and has better things to do than to fight Chaff. Still, the Sorcerer Prophet is alive. Still, somehow. I don't know why he insists on charging all alone, but he is. As a burning head either missed entirely or killed some skeletons I didn't see. Cetra is once again trying to pursue the Sorcerer Prophet, not getting any damage out onto him. And Bull Centaur Renders are here to peel, so he's going to back off. Doesn't want any of that. Still have all 3 ranged weapons teams. Sparkle Stalkers have literally perfect ammunition. They have all their ammo. And then the Ushaptis have used about half a piece. The Chaos Dwarfs continue to kite back. There's the Ushapti summon. Has about 50 seconds of life left as the Infernal Guard try and kite away. Still have 1 Infernal Guard at full HP over here. And all 3 blunderbusses still alive. Decent HP in bottles. Man, the Bull Centaur Renders are choking. Like, I feel like they've gotten into some good situations and still just get nothing done. Like, the other one was in a good fight, got no damage and died. This one has just been wandering around the map trying to find a fight, but they're so freaking slow, they have a hard time doing anything. Bull Centaur Renders get absolutely cleaved. They've gotten 100 value, and now they're going to die in melee with the weapons teams. But the Chaos Dwarf Blunderbuss is moving up, getting good damage onto Cetra. Cetra's wondering whether he should charge here, whether he should run away. It looks like he's going to go with run away as a bunch of fire damage hits him right in the back. Terror outs away the Bull Centaur Renders and continues on his way as the Chaos Dwarfs continue to move their ranged units up. In the back, those Ushapti are fading now. So these Infernal Guard are fine, though they did take a lot of damage. That was a good Ushapti summon. Fire damage continues to poke at Cetra, who just wants the Sorcerer Prophet to die. You can't get rid of him. Sorcerer Prophet's just constantly there, being a nuisance, apparently. Cetra goes to get a rear charge in. Whiffs it again by just knocking the Sorcerer Prophet on the ground, and then walks around in a circle. Meanwhile, the Blunderbuss is lining up shots in the Eyes of the Desert. Nero's Incantation of Protection. Looks like the Tomb Kings are going to just try and run this down, leave the double Tomb Prince to deal with those guys. But even with 40% physical resistance and their natural missile resist for being Sparkle Stalkers, these guys are already down to half HP. The Blunderbusses and the Infernal Guard are not messing around. So much damage out on the Sparkle Stalkers. His bounce power swings into the Chaos Dwarf favor. Ushapti Great Bows trying to walk forward. The Chosen of the Gods also going into melee, so they're not going to try and kite these guys out. They're actually just going to try and go for it. Obviously, the Sparkle Stalkers can't kite. They're outranged, but I wonder if the Ushapti, with their superior range, could have tried to kite this out a bit instead of just pile into melee. Still, you have some Infernal Guard Fireglaves on the side, constantly poking Cetra down. He's down to 2,000 HP and falling, and he is fighting on top of Halberds right now, because those are hybrid Halberds. He has a Tomb Prince helping him, though it's not helping him too much, and still that constant poke is hitting Cetra. Incantation of Protection tries to save him a little bit, plus he gets a tiny amount of healing. No, he didn't bring the Tomb King's Nehekara passive, so no tiny amount of healing for you. Not that it matters too much, as he is going to start to crumble a little bit. Blunderbusses line up the shot on him. They're going to take him down as he charges in. He's suppressed from the Granite Guard, slowing him further. He gets into melee briefly with 100 HP or so, but that's not going to be enough to save him as a Burning Head almost killed those Skeleton Spears. Still, Skeleton Warriors fighting next to Ushapti, fighting next to Sparkle Stalkers. We still have 2 healthy Tomb Princes. Cetra is going down to 100 HP, 9 leadership for him. These Infernal Guard throw guard mode on. Yeah, they're just going to shoot him. Cetra goes down. Imperishable you are not, sir. Imperishable you are not. Ushapti Great Bows in melee, getting chunked out by the Blazing Beards of Basarok from behind. Sparkle Stalker's about dead. Chosen of the Gods trying to get to the high ground. Chaos Dwarf's got to do something about that. Can't let those cluster shot Ushapti get too far away. I don't think charging the Ushapti into melee was the play in hindsight, but yeah, I mean, if they get away, they still have a good amount of ammunition to like cluster bomb down the Blazing Beards here, who are very clumped up. And the Tomb Prince, plus his Skeleton Warriors and Sparkle Stalkers not giving up in the Infernal Guard just yet, though the Tomb Prince is now starting to fall back. He is going to have to charge uphill into Blunderbusses, who are reforming lines. A couple of them aren't in position yet, but the rest of them with their shotguns will fire. Even at this extremely reduced model count, they still took a quarter of his HP off as he charged uphill into them. Bounce power is turned very far against the Tomb Kings as this last skeleton is going to get ground down. We will have some various ranged units returning. The Chosen of the Gods spending their time shooting at, looks like these Infernal Guard. Quick final Burning Head to take those guys out. Just get rid of any support that remained on the map for the Tomb Kings. Now the Infernal Guard get to safety, can fire uphill as this little Sorcerer Prophet refuses to give in. He has just been such a nuisance all game long. The Tomb Kings couldn't clear him out, and then Ice Power just throws in the towel. Man, the Tomb Princes let him down. They could not kill this tiny foot character all game. Goblin Laborers didn't get much done. Orc Laborers did okay. Blunderbusses did pretty solid. Blazing Beards did fine. Infernal Guard Fireglaves did well. Bull Centaur Renders just kind of sucked and died. I know they got shot a lot and stuff, but even when they got into melee, they were underwhelming. For Ice Power, Cetra did okay. Tomb Princes did some. Like, they got decent value, but I saw several points where they failed him, so I don't know how you want to rate them there. Chariots were decent disruption. Took a long time to die. And Dushopti Great Bows did well. Sparkle Stalkers had a hard time finding anything to do, I guess. They were meant to shoot at Bulls into Renders or Bale Tauruses in the sky, and there was nothing there.
Brrr. Subscribe, yes, yes.